What's up, everybody? It's Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off today with a bit of a bigger build, which I'm going to apologize ahead of time for any frame rate issues that it may cause, because being a ground tank needed to be on a planet. So if this were just a ship, probably would have been okay. But with the planet, it's hit me a little bit in the frames. So this is the Tyrant class super tank, I believe. Pretty sure that's what they called it. Which is awesome looking, by the way. Any of you Transformer fans out there, I'm getting a huge Transformer vibe from this tank, like Fortress Maximus type thing going on, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, the only other cool thing would be if like it just transformed all of a sudden. That would be kind of cool. But that'd be very, very bad on my frame rate, so I'm okay with it not doing that. So it actually has some of the turreted type cannons that we've seen on, there was that green and white battleship that I showed in a couple episodes ago, I think. It had some of these types of cannons that are run by the AI script, or supposed to be. Then there's these things, which, you know, that's a lot of missiles out the front. Now, I did have to tinker around in the ship a little bit just to get it to stop rolling down the hill. I had to find the parking brake. And so I did find one way in, but it's not the main way. Nor do I think it's actually like the overall main entrance either. I think it's a side. I'm not even sure if it connects to the main entrance. I was in a hurry trying to get it to stop rolling down the hill, so I'm not really sure where I went. I think I went this way. Yep. So there's control panels here that run, well, they don't run, but they also have programmable blocks here. You've got position data here. We're currently at 0 speed, finally. It took me forever. You have side landing ports here for small ships, which are awesome. So you could have a super tank with little fighters that come out. Now, one thing that would be pretty cool, I'd like to see eventually, either through the main builder or another builder, person on the workshop, stuff like that, is to strip the tires off of it and put thrusters on it and make it an actual spaceship, because this would be a cool ship with the ability to have little fighters and things. But I couldn't find any other doors, so I think I missed this front door the first time I was trying to look for a entrance. And apparently I've really pushed this to a breaking point because I've got the whole running in slow motion thing going on. I don't know if you can tell me you can see that or not, but my animations and everything have slowed way down. Okay, so programmable block count, large reactor count. Oh, that's kind of cool. Tells you what kind of blocks you have. Here's the side windows that look out at one of the turrets, which is cool. Control panels, I'm not sure exactly what all they run. I haven't found the main flight seat yet, so I'm not sure. There's a door that leads probably more towards the center. I might have to use my jetpack a little bit. I'm running too slow. So that's a viewing port of the turret, which is kind of cool. Let's see where this goes. Another vent leads to cryo chambers. Okay. For the crew. Now there's two doors here. Didn't see that. They lead to the same place. Yes. Alright, so we've got inventory readout, inventories, large reactors, and more containers. Probably a room that goes towards the back of the tank. Let's see where this one goes. And we are kind of on an incline here, so again, sorry for any weird angles or anything. Oxygen generator, oxygen tanks, assemblers, refineries, etc. and so on. There's a lower level down here, though. Where's this go? Or is this maybe just a CIC? Passenger seat count. I wonder how they got all these block counts. I guess you could go through and do it manually. I had tried doing something like that in my own scripts, but the one thing I ran into a problem with was modded blocks. It has a very hard time figuring out what modded blocks are, because eventually I wanted to do one where it would tell you what materials it would cost you to build the whole ship, and I just couldn't work out the mod block part. We've got timer blocks for open AI, close AI, designator, and turret. I'm going to break something because I have no idea what these buttons actually are supposed to do. The description did read something like unlocking and opening the AI, and then unlocking and opening the rotors or something, or the turrets or something first, before trying to fire and stuff. So, no idea how well that's gonna go. Okay, we came in that way. So let's go back out this way. This is the top part that we didn't go to. Okay, there's no door over there I didn't see anyway. So there's a door down here, and there's a door up above. Let's go with this one first and see where this takes us. So this is more cargo spaces, more passenger seats, and a control for something I know not what. So let's see what this upper area takes us to. Because I don't really know what all is left to see in the back areas and stuff like that. Though in the description it does read about, or it does talk about having everything that you kind of need. And we saw that with the refineries and assemblers and things. I guess this is engineering. Maybe. Okay, and then that doubles back to those consoles. Where do these ramps go, though? Ooh, that goes back to like a aft window, I guess. There's an upside down gravity generator. I wonder if that's tweaked to where you can use it that way and it's just simulating normal gravity. Or if it actually goes vertical, that would be funny. I'm stuck. Use the gravity generator. Whoop! Just picks you up. Okay. So now the situation is to get back to the control console in the front, because I'm just moving so slow because of the simulation speed, which is kind of aggravating. It's improving the frame rate, I guess, so I can't complain too much. Okay, this one right here just looks like the main to me. Let's see if I'm right. Rocket launcher's AI controller. I'm guessing that's on and off, or start and stop. Timer block, open AI, close AI, wheels on, advanced rotors on, hydrogen thruster is off, I think. Yes. Designator, don't know what that does. Turrets are off but grayed out, it looks like. Battery, beacon, antenna, lights, welders, LCD panels, gravity. Oh goodness. So I guess those are remote controls for the different turrets. Oh, you know what it is? I'm probably just selected on number 2. Never mind. Okay. So now the moment of truth to see if we can do this without destroying everything. Now I do have destructible blocks off, I believe. I may have turned them back on, I'm not sure. So first off, we're going to do... I guess we're going to do 2. And see what that does. Give it a minute, and then we'll try these open ones, because I'm not sure what the... So we'll open the AI, I guess, maybe. And then we need to turn the turrets on. And I'm not seeing a whole lot happen. Rocket launchers. Whoops! Okay, so trees are destructible. But that is a lot of missiles out the front. That's crazy. So stay out of the reach of that front gun, because that will just mess your day up. I'm not seeing anything on the AI side of things. It doesn't seem to be doing much. So let's just remote block. Okay, which one am I controlling right now? Okay, left. Open, close, AI timer. The rotor's on. Okay. Artificial intelligence. So that should be turning it on, but I can't move them. And the rotors are on. So I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, so that's a 3. That's the other one on the right. I don't know where I'm shooting at from here right now. Oh, it's a side gun. Okay. Oh, that, whoops. Get back in there. Okay, that's a single barrel on top. Same thing with that one. Okay, now you're at the top turrets. Okay, so there are 8 turrets in total. I don't know, I've had 2 different builds that use that turret AI thing, and they never seem to work, so I don't know if it's just something in my world settings that I forgot to turn on, or if I'm just doing it wrong, or something to that effect. Or it's probably an ownership thing, actually. But anyways, really, really cool looking build, definitely, and it probably has enough firepower to really be a bad day for somebody if you were playing on like a multiplayer server or something. But yeah, I would actually like to see this turned into like a space build, because I like the look of it. It's very Transformer-y, and it's awesome. So I'm gonna wrap this one up, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so next up we have the GSO-E Anubis Mark 1, or Anubis E Mark 1, I forget how it goes, which is a vanilla build, as far as I know, though that does surprise me because I'm seeing these propeller ones, and I thought those were helicarrier modded thrusters. Oh, those are atmosphere ones. Okay, those are the big atmosphere ones. That's what it is. So for any of you that are having a bit of deja vu, yes, I have featured these types of build before, and there are more than one of them. There's stealth, there's combat, this is the exploration one, but this is also a new, I guess, retrofit upgrade type thing, because actually the name is the same as a previous version of the build, but it just came up this week type of thing, I think, as far as I know. As well as it being, like, if you look up the actual build page for the group, it comes up as the same name, but one's listed as outdated. So I'm assuming there's been changes to it, and it looks different. Both detailed, color, all that kind of stuff looks a little bit different. So there's that. It is vanilla, though, so you shouldn't have to load in a bunch of mods or anything to get the to load the blueprint in. Actually, I was going to use the Aegis portable wall tank, I think is what it's called, because I saw it from last episode when I was looking for builds, and unfortunately, I just can't get that thing to work. Like, no matter what I do, it just doesn't work. Something always goes wrong with it. So here on our left we have, I think that's the damage readout script, that when you get damage done to blocks, I think that's interior, because there's certain blocks of it that aren't showing up. I don't know how it differentiates, and then this is another one that I think is a variant on the damage script too. Unless that's just a layout for the map. I don't know. I'm not sure how these work because I haven't used them myself, but I know one of them is the damage script. One of them I think is the M-Master configurable LCDs type of thing. Emergency lockdown, interior defense systems. I do like these bridge components. When I've seen a couple of different people do these, where you put a small rotor in a large base, and it lets you do a small little section of controls type thing without it being on a small ship grid entirely, which is really kind of cool. Bridge lights, so that just toggles the lights. Ship floor plan, flip down, flip up, flip right, flip left. Okay. So it's the floor plan one. I see. And then this must be the damage script. Diagnostic mode, scan, diagnostic rotate. Okay, so that's like the default, and then if you actually wanted to scan it for damage, you would switch it. That's pretty cool. I like both of those. I don't know how all they work, but they're awesome looking. Actually, this one I'd really like to learn how to do, though this is a vanilla build, so it doesn't have to deal with modded blocks like we talked about before. No damage parts found. Let's see, there's no door back here or anything. Now, the doors are supposed to be on an auto system, but that doesn't appear to be working. Computer systems. Ship manager program on. Floor plan display on. Open program are all off except for the last one. Ship diagnostic. Open program is off. LCD control. Inventory manager. Velocity monitor. Program console and LCD program. So that's pretty cool. It gives you a readout of what scripts are in play. We've got our cryo chambers down here, and it should be pointed out that because this is an E-build of this series of ships, it is built for exploration, not combat or stealth. Refinery, assembler, and oxygen generator. So with that in mind, I believe this one has drones for exploration and scouting and things of that nature, whereas like your stealth ones and things have ooh, that's kind of cool. That's a neat archway. Your stealth ones and stuff have some different other stuff, and the combat is more heavily armored and weaponized and stuff like that. Bridge, medical engineering, hangar control, crew quarters are all forward. Engine pod 2 and 4. Ground level access, helmets and oxygen tanks require beyond this point. That's good to know. So there's your airlock. Okay, and that's right, these are exposed in these builds. Engine pod power on and off. We've got a catwalk down here that goes places. I don't remember it having this before. This must be new. Or I just missed it. Bit of both. Okay, this actually, I don't remember, but this would be like a loading ramp, I guess, that you could use to enter the ship, and there's a couple of the hydrogen thrusters and the ion thrusters for the bottom. So that's pretty cool. I like that if you landed on a planet or something, it's just kind of walk up the underbelly on the back. Alright, I don't really feel the need to go to 4. I don't know why there's 2 and 4, though. Like, where's 1 and 3? And here's the drones with a hangar bay off the back to let them out. Now, it did say in the description these are a little buggy, and the connectors are too strong at the moment, so they actually can't leave. But we have 2 mining drones, 1 welding and grinder, and then 1 combat or defense drone, or scout, depending on what you wanted to use it for. Overall, the hangar's pretty cool, though. I like the glass covering the jump drives and stuff, and the curved archway. Oh, there's engine pod 1 and 3, so it's up above. Oh, that's right, because it's a quad. So those are the 2 bottom ones. And I would have just killed everybody. Me and my airlocks, man. I am not good with airlocks. Okay, so here's the 3 and 1 access. Connector system status. What we got going on here? Hangar connector system. Connector white, green, yellow. Hangar doors. Hangar primary lights. Hangar docking lights. Air control. Connector black, blue, red, and connector system. So I'm not sure what all the color codes are for. I'm assuming it's a correspondent to each ship and base connector for the ground. So we get a nice little window over there too. Engine pod power on and off, where you can see what's going on down there. want to stand in front of that too much. That might prove hazardous to your health. There's a door here leading to the exterior. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Alright, so that'll do it for this one. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, and last but not least, we have the Nightjar Orbital Bomber. I really hope I'm saying that right, because that... I don't know. But that's what the workshop title says. It's Nightjar. So, there's that. Important thing to note, though, is this has a lot of intricate stuff going on, to enough that I didn't actually end up even reading the whole description, because it was like, kind of glanced over it, but it was like, I had to scroll way too much, that was way too long, just, nope. I try and read stuff to give me an idea of how things are supposed to work and what the ship's kind of about and stuff, but, yeah, reading. So basically, there's going to be things that, A, I'm not going to deal with as far as to test out because they were very complicated. B, there's a couple things that are noted as of right now that the most recent update has broken, so even the builder said probably not the best of idea to mess with them until it gets resolved. And C, I probably would end up blowing the thing up because I didn't read the instructions and didn't feel like taking the time. So, with that said, I encourage you guys to look up this one yourself and actually look over if it would suit your needs or give you ideas for things to do. But it has some really cool stuff. I'm just probably not going to tinker too much with it because, you know, complicated and reading and breaking things. Overall, the look of the ship is cool. I like it. It does have a bit more of a simplistic type of design than most of the ships that I like to do. It's not quite as detailed as I normally go with, but it is a vanilla build, so there's less blocks to work with in terms of detailing. And plus, did anyone else see that weird armor glitch, or was that just me? Huh, that's a clipping issue right there. Because that block is actually there, but it's letting it see through it. That's funky. I saw that and I was like, there's a hole in the ship. Wait, no. So, yeah. It's kind of deceptive because it doesn't look as crazy as like, oh wow, look at all the little bells and whistles and antennas and grates and catwalks. You know, it's got more plain on the exterior. Shape and hull design is still really cool, but in terms of detail, it doesn't look that fancy. But it actually has a lot going on. It's designed to be an orbital bomber, so it actually utilizes two different kinds of bomb systems. Oh, now this is interesting. I've never seen anyone put a pathway between their airlock before. That's a cool idea. I like that. Missing gravity, though. I don't know if this is purely designed to be an atmospheric ship or not. It said orbital, but, you know, orbit would be thin atmosphere, though. Or no atmosphere at all. So, I'm surprised there's no gravity. Airlock, obviously. Bridge, that way. Quarters, missile, bay, engineering. Okay, we'll work our way back to the bridge. So there's the medical room. And I will try and point out what I was getting at before of different complex things, but it utilizes different projection-based bombs where instead of just firing missiles, it's actually making some different kinds of bombs. One of them utilizes gyroscopes, and that's the one that the description actually said is not functional at the moment. There's another kind called an HE bomb, which I'm not entirely sure how it works, but here's your bombing bay right here, actually. These doors would open, projections would connect to the merge blocks, the welders build them, and then you disconnect and drop them. System welders, STBD bay, oh, starboard bay, port bay, okay. So, I don't know if those are the gyro bombs that were non-functional or not. Apparently I wasn't supposed to do that. Still no gravity. Very surprising. Let's see. Standard time, reactor. So we got timers, reactors, oxygen, hydrogen, cargo. So that's more of an inventory readout than anything else, it looks like. Don't think there's anything back there to poke my head in. and see what's going on. It is possible that since there were 2 projectors on those welders, that it's actually both bomb types go through the same bay, which would actually be smart. Because I don't see any other pathways to get to, so I'm guessing that's the only bay. So we must be in engineering, given all the cargo and reactor stuff. I don't see a sign for it, but I mean, just doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. We saw the med bay and the airlock. So where's the crew quarters then? Oh, we passed them. That's right, we had to come through the crew quarters. Total crew is estimated at 5, according to the description. Though I don't know if that means, like, you need them to run it, or if it's just... that's just how many it can hold. Also have the map readout one that we saw in the last build. Lights. Cockpit rotation. Now, this is kind of cool. This kind of gives me, for any of you that have ever been to Busch Gardens in Florida, the Montu is kind of what this makes me think of, where your feet hang off the seat. Never really was a fan of that ride, though. SPD, so there's some kind of readout. I'm not sure what that's actually for. Looks like we have the floor plan readout. Bombing system setup, or readout information panel. What's over? Is this mirrored, or is this just a co-pilot? Yeah, so it's mirrored on this side. Oh, these may be bombing crosshair readouts or something. I don't know what rotate cockpit does. Let's find that out. Cockpit rotation. I'm not seeing it do anything, actually. Okay. Am I floating? That was different. Okay, control. And I found this out from the last episode, where everyone was telling me how I could have actually flown the Deep Space Nine shuttle. I was checking the hotbar and stuff, and there was nothing here. But apparently, most people that build stuff like this in this fashion will have a control panel up at the top, and it takes control of the thing. Though I don't know why you can't get it on the toolbar, though. That's kind of odd. I would think you'd be able to access the group control panel from the toolbar. Oh well, whatever. Okay, so let's take control of the ship. So, thrusters are... oh, hydrogen thrusters are off. I was like, huh? Thruster reverse is on. Program gravity alignment. And some of this may not work because we're not actually in orbit, and it gives you a very thorough flight plan and all, or flight manual and stuff in the description on how to achieve orbit and blah blah blah. I just kind of skipped through all that because I knew I wasn't going to be messing with planets. We have a docking camera, and all thrusters are on, or at least that group. Backup reference control, not sure what that is. Camera targeting, camera missile bay, timer port bay, timer starboard bay. Okay, so gyro bombs we're not going to be using. HE bombs we could test out, though, I suppose. So this is the projector, and this is the missile trigger. I'm guessing the projector has to go on, and then maybe the welders, and then the trigger is kind of what I'm thinking. Though, as I said, probably going to blow up a bunch of stuff, so we'll find out. And I don't know, starboard... oh, okay. So there is 2 different projectors, but for each side. All right, cool. So here's our missile bay. Now let's open both bay doors. I'm going to be amazed if I can pull this off and not blow something up. So the gyro bombs, I think, are more like guided torpedoes, but they said that something about the gyroscopes in the newer update is causing issues and they're not working right. So, there's that. We'll turn the welders on. Okay, so we just built the HE bombs, and we can turn those off. Now we can turn those off. Turn the welders off. Now... So that would be your targeting computer. And I'm assuming that would be something similar, but I'm not sure if that's just for show or not. Okay, so there's the controls for that. Let's do... what is it? 6 and 8 to engage them. I just blew the whole ship up. See, I told you this is why I don't push buttons. So, my guess is I'm supposed to take control of this thing. Oh. It won't let me. It might be because I'm already in control of something. There we go. So let's take control of that. And it really has nothing going on. So, I'm not really sure how you're supposed to do that. Probably should have read the book. But, you know, just not my thing. So, anyways, I think that's going to wrap things up for this episode. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.